Do you know why did Albert Einstein always wear different version of the same gray suit? Why did Steve Jobs always wear the same outfit? Why does Mark Zuckerberg wear identical gray t-shirt every time? The answer is very simple. They don't want to spend their choice in minor things. In this video, I'm going to share some scientific research behind why people don't spend their choice in minor things. To understand this, we need to know about biases. Our biases are human adaptive responses to our environment and provide an immediate frame of reference for past interpretation and action. In a sense, our biases are our brain psychological immune system and prevent us from decision paralysis. If we were unable to respond quickly to our surrounding, we would not have been able to survive as a species. Here, what we need to understand, our biases play a more powerful role in our decision making than many of us realize, particularly when we have limited information or when we are in a heightened emotional state. Our biases step in to fill any gaps or to make us feel more certain about a decision, often without our realization. It's basically two psychological phenomena feed and strengthen our biases. Number one, cognitive dissonance occurs when faced with evidence that may call certain existing beliefs into question. Our brain suffers an uncomfortable tension between the new and stored information. Another is motivated reasoning helps us to reduce cognitive dissonance through finding evidence to support the original belief and any decision arising from these beliefs. Even if subsequent information completely contradicts our first response, we generally find a way to make this new evidence fit with our original belief. As a humans, we have an excellent ability to make excuses and justify our actions. For example, we don't exercise regularly and end up telling I'm too tired, I have too much to do. Or we eat food we know is unhealthy and end up saying I don't have time to cook. Ironically, our own biases may prevent other people from challenging them because they are so deeply rooted in who we are and the decision we have made throughout life. But because we are often blind to our own biases, we do not know the extent to which they have taken hold. So biases are the beliefs, attitudes and preferences that we form about ourselves and other people. We pick up these biases through our cultures, background and education, and they are pervasive influences over how we see the world and make decisions. Our brain has to predict rapidly what is safe or harmful in our environment. To help our brain do this, our biases quickly shortcut new information. The problem is that they intervene so quickly that we may make a bad choice or overlook crucial details. Being biased is a human phenomenon. We are biased and we are our biases every day, often unconsciously, to help us make decisions. And if we look at the leadership role as comprising several key activities such as decision making, communication and emotional self-regulation, these activities all require the multiple skills that constitute our executive functioning. So those people, Albert Einstein, Steve Jobs, Mark Zuckerberg, they are aware how human mind works. It's simply they need to manage the balance of chemicals that drive their behavior and emotion. Individuals high in testosterone, for example, are more likely to be seen as dominant and confident. And issues arise when leaders are overly competitive. High level of testosterone and dopamine in overly competitive leaders reduce oxytocin level and hence the ability to be empathetic with others. These findings applies just as to women as to men. Equal balance need to be found between serotonin maintaining an upbeat mood, oxytocin building trust, dopamine motivation and noradrenaline alert and focus. Leaders can also promote chemical release in the people working around them by reinforcing and rewarding certain behaviors. When we are given the freedom to find solution for ourselves, our brain rewards itself with neurotransmitter such as dopamine and noradrenaline. When we build positive relationship and forge bond of trust, we release serotonin and oxytocin. So any decision making comes at a cognitive cost. Our brain's decision making capability is finite, and when we make a decision, our ability to make further decision is depleted. The prefrontal cortex, which we need to switch on to pay attention, expends a huge amount of energy, but it is easily exhausted, and so we pay the price if we allow this resource to become consumed by non-essential decisions such as clothing choices. Choosing between options or switching between even simple tasks can place even more strain on our brain's resources. So deciding whether or not to eat something in the morning can affect our ability to make an important decision later in the day. That is the reason those mentioned people, Albert Einstein, Steve Jobs, Mark Zuckerberg, even Barack Obama, they just want to pare down decision. They don't want to make decision about what to eat, what to wear, because they have to make other decision choice and change the face of the earth. If you are agree with this video, please do not forget to like, share and comment. Thank you very much for watching.